Shalom everyone. As I promised, I'm going to start making a series of videos regarding how to read different segments. This week we're going to start off with the Sh'ma. People of Judaism recite this twice a day, once in the morning, once in the evening. And what I'm going to be doing here is reciting them with actual cantillations. Now, some people have asked me to do different styles. The main style I use is the Ashkenaz. Now, Ashkenaz has slight variations. You might hear people hear this recording and hear them say, this is not exactly the way we do it. Well, it varies from place to place, and the whole point here is for people to hear from a native Hebrew speaker how it's properly pronounced, and to add the little twist of the cantillations as well, so people can also hear what it might sound like. There are a lot of different recordings out there. I'm just adding to the mix. And this time it's the Sh'ma, so it's Deuteronomy 6, and maybe next time we'll do some other places. If anyone has any suggestions, something they want to hear from the Torah, from the prophets, they can ask. It can be long, it can be short, doesn't really matter. The only thing is, some people asked me as well about Psalms and other places in the Ketuvim, in the writing part. And in the Ashkenaz, actually most traditions don't have a cantillation musical side to it. It's just more the where to stop, because cantillation is not just music, they're also actually punctuation. They're mostly punctuation. Most traditions, most Jewish groups lost any memory of how to read different segments inside the Ketuvim, except for example, the book of Ruth, and the book of Kohelet. The book of Iyov is completely gone. The book of Psalms is completely gone, except for one, Chalabi, which is in Syria. A Chalabi tradition that has not exactly a cantillation, but more of a musical type of tune to it. Yemenites have a chanting form, but it's not really a cantillation system. And read the rest of the books of the Ketuvim, like for example Divrei Hayamim, Chronicles, and books of that nature. We usually read them in the same tune that we use for the Nevi'im, for the prophets part. So this is the Sh'ma. I'm going to read it slowly with cantillation so people can pick up the words. Maybe try to use this also to learn by themselves. And what I'm also going to add into here is some rules and regulations. And you'll hear it, because I'm not going to read, so I go through the whole thing very quickly. There'll be places where you see I strategically stop, and that's how we usually read these things inside synagogues. So try to follow it slowly. I'm going to read it only once, I'm not going to read it twice, but you'll be able to hear this over and over again as much as you like. So we start from the right hand side, okay? And it goes like this. Shema Yisrael Adonai Elohenu Adonai Echad, Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavecha uvechol nafshecha uvechol meodecha, vehayu hadevarim haele asher anochi metzavecha Hayom al levavecha veshinantam levanecha vedibarta bam beshivtecha bevetecha uvelechtecha vaderech uveshochbecha uvkumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha vehayu letotafot ben einecha. Okay, we'll switch there of the words, but in any case, that's how you read it. This is only the first part of the Sh'ma. It's not the whole thing. Okay. There's also verses from Deuteronomy 11 and verses from the book of Numbers, but this is the main one. This is the one that children learn. This is the one that is considered to be the most important one. For example, the Talmud speaks that when you recite this one, for example, if you're in the middle of work and you have to recite because the time is going to pass, then you stop work, you recite this, you recite these verses, and then you can continue. The most important verse is the first verse, and this is where the Talmud states, the actual Shema, the first verse of the Shema itself. The Talmud states that, for example, if you're walking down the street, if you're doing something, you have to completely stand, not even move, and concentrate when you read this. In some places, the Ayin, okay, I'm going to intensify this a little. If you open up a Torah scroll, you'll see the Ayin and the Daled are either bigger or bolder, and the whole idea is that Ayin and Daled produce the word Ed, which means a witness. So this is, when you recite this is actually a testimony of belief in the God of Israel. As I'm going to move the camera a little bit so you can actually see it better. I noticed suddenly that I didn't put it up. So you have the Ayin here, and you have the Daled here, okay? And that produces the word Ed, which is a witness. Okay, if anyone has any questions, anything they want to know, any particles, any parts in the biblical text they want me to read out with cantillation, or just read out just out loud so people can hear it slowly, and you'll be able to follow it. I might produce some videos where the reading is much faster so you get a flow of something you can hear, which is much faster. But this is the beginning of it. It's the beginning of a project. Hopefully I'll be able to produce better videos with better quality. I'm experimenting with cameras, and if anyone has any notes, anything, you can just go below, put up a note there, say something about it, any ideas, and I'll try my best to respond to these requests or ideas. Have a great day.